compromise. Hard facts as we know them, when we know them, and how they affect you. Every Monday through to Friday, 3 to 6 p.m. This will be your most authentic news experience starting now on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk. Are you tired of all the noise and speculation in the news? On Hard Fact, we cut through the clutter and get straight to the truth.
If only Fubra has been aware of the boo-boo trap, he would have understood in democracy there are bases for everybody to do accordingly.
Join us as we bring you the stories that matter. We go beyond the headlines to uncover the real facts and the core of every story.
We are doing this, we are doing that. At the end of the day, nothing good will come out. What did they promise us? They will be in charge of security and life and whatever. But what are we getting in return?
With in-depth analysis and experts' interviews, Hard Facts delivers the truth that others dare not to reveal. Tune into Hard Facts every weekday, 3 to 6 p.m. and arm yourself with the knowledge you need to navigate today's complex world. Hard Facts, where the truth always prevails.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
Let's talk. It's the nation's number one talk news and sports radio station, 99.3 Nigeria Info. We're broadcasting live from the economic capital of Nigeria. At least that's what they call it, yeah? Lagos, Nigeria, from our audiovisual studios. My name is Maryann Okon. This is Hard Facts. Of course, we deal with no rumors, no hearsay, only the facts. We bring you the news undiluted, and then most importantly, we allow you to make sense of what you get from the news. And in today's news, my God, the stories. I listened to Joyce all through her 3-hour conversation, and I was just thinking to myself, where are we going? What a time to be a journalist in this country. What an amazing time to do this job in this country. It's the toughest job right now in the world. Not even being a policeman would be termed as a tough job. But being a journalist at this point in time, you need Jesus. Welcome one, welcome all, welcome Lagos, welcome Nigeria, welcome everyone who's listening to us from outside of the country. We are live on YouTube, Nigeria Info FM. We're also live on Facebook.com/Nigeria Info FM. And you can join the conversation via telephone lines on WhatsApp with 080-959-75805. These are the big stories for today. Ladies and gentlemen, you know how we do it. Welcome to the Big Three.
Get ready for the most important news of the day. It's time for the Big Three Stories on Hard Facts. Tune in to our primetime show for the latest updates and in-depth analysis on the top stories making headlines. From breaking news to in-depth investigations, we bring you the facts you need to know. Join us as we delve into the biggest stories shaping our world today. Tune in to the Big Three every weekday, 3 to 4 p.m. and stay informed with the news that matters the most. Hard Facts, where the truth always comes first.
Millions of listeners trust us on Hard Facts, whether it's politics, social issues, controversies, and trending stories. You know we're credible and objective.
It's Hard Facts with Maryann Okon on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Let's get down to business, shall we? These are the big three stories for today. Can I add one and make it 4? Well, the military evacuates 34 corpses from the scene of the Yobe attack. For those of you who did not know, well, there has been, and I think that story has been running on our news bulletin all through the day today. We hear from Daily Trust newspaper that the corpses of 34 villagers killed by Boko Haram insurgents have been evacuated from Marfa, a town in Tamwa local government area of Yobe state. Sources told Daily Trust newspaper that the remains of these victims were moved to Babangida General Hospital ahead of a mass burial that took place at 10 a.m. today. The Yobe State Deputy Governor, Honorable Idi Bade Gubana, we here will lead the government officials to attend the burial at the Babangida Emir Palace headquarters in Tamarawa. local government areas. Sources from the affected community told Daily Trust newspaper that at least 87 people were killed by the insurgents. And just yesterday, we heard that the federal government had ordered that service chiefs move to Sakwato, was it, or Katsina, if I'm not mistaken. And I did ask a question about the fact that how much effect has this, because this is, I'm so sorry to say, is not something that we've not heard before. We've heard about it before. Buhari did it. But did it yield any effect? Did it change the situation of things, or did it become worse? And were these words just uttered to make it look like or seem like something was being done about it, that the government considered, the level of insecurity and insurgency that's happening in the northeast and in the northwest as important, as front and center? Because I know it's not a straightforward warfare, it's a guerrilla warfare, but are we giving it the much needed attention? And this is a conversation I want to have on Thursday. I'm going to bring a former DSS director, and hopefully I can bring a former soldier also on the show. Are we paying the most attention to insecurity as we should be? Are we just throwing money at the problem, as opposed to making sure that scientifically and otherwise, tactically and strategically, we're putting an end to this? And don't forget, with all of the conversations that we've had over time, apologies if I'm having to go to, I want to help you understand why we're having these conversations, okay? Because we just don't want to open the phone lines and say, oh, just call in. What's the story that you want to call in for? No. It's very important that we know that severally we've had conversations around the issue of insecurity. And half the time, it's not a case of some guys just hate people and they just want to kill people. Somebody started this because, for example, in the northwest, it is about natural resources, and that's why people are being killed in Plateau State, people are killed in Zamfara State, people are killed in Benue State. There's cattle rustling, and half the time it's what's underneath the ground. So they make it look like, oh, they're trying to terrorize people to leave their land, so that land becomes where they can drill for oil, they can drill for gold, they can drill for whatever. In the northeast, we also know that what's at the core of that is something that started off as a political thing, and then it spiraled into what it is today. And so is there a significant, or that may not be the right word, is there a deliberate willingness on the path of government, any government, whether it's the Tinubu administration and whatever government will come, to fight this? Now we have Tinubu on that seat. Is there a deliberate willingness, a political willingness, and not just paying lip service to deal with this issue? Because 34 people, human lives in Nigeria have become just numbers. And we just, throw those numbers out on our news bulletins every single day. But if you were in the shoes of the people who are losing family members, losing their homes and property and family, or maybe if this happened to politicians and members of their family, would there be a more tactical and strategic approach to dealing with this issue of insecurity? I had to get that off my chest so that you understand why, when we say, how serious is government to fight insecurity? We're not just asking that question on the surface. Is there that willingness, or this Nigerian, so that they will not say, go there and set up shop? Does it change anything? If you're just joining us, the program is Hard Facts, 99.3 Nigeria Info, and these are the big three stories for today, plus one. Moving away from that insecurity story to Dangote Refinery beginning petrol production today. They're vowing to ease Nigeria's fuel crisis. Do you see the many things that happened between yesterday and today, and boom, the fuel prices went up? Well, I've got something from Dangote. Let's take a listen. This morning, while he was at his press briefing, I listened to a little bit of what he had to say about. He thanked the president a whole lot. He just kept thanking the president. Yeah. But in the meantime, let's move away from that. I'm still trying to get Dangote's video to play. Quickly, let's move away from that. Remember, the federal government has also come out to say that, hey, these reports that we're the ones who have set the price of petrol or fuel to 1,000 is false. It's malicious. So who set it? Are you also telling us that the independent petrol marketers have so much power that they can do whatever they like. So is it now a free for all? Are we gradually becoming a banana republic where people can do whatever and government will just say, it's not me? Is that where we're going to? And the many backtracking and setting the record straight and coming back to say, well, we didn't necessarily lie. We just left some things out. How does that make you feel? Because you know what? From today, you're buying fuel a lot higher than what it was yesterday. Yesterday, I sent someone to the market to buy me rice. And a short grain of rice, half bag, is 47,000, short grain. Long grain, 57,000. Do the math. How much will full bag of rice be? And don't forget, your minimum wage is 70,000. And fuel is 800. And some people can even sell it for 1,200. Yeah. Are we going to survive till December? What happens by December? And the government is saying, it's not, no, it's not also. But hey, Dangote is making a promise that all your fuel problems will be gone because, hey, we're here. Before I open up the phone lines, my last story, IGP Maryann Okon gets a 3-year tenure extension. Did I not tell you? What's the rule of law in this country, really? It's an open playing field, isn't it? 0201-277-0993, 0201-465-7190. On WhatsApp, it's 080-959-75805. I shall join the musician to say, which way Nigeria? Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Maryann.
Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good afternoon. Christian Ogozelo. I connect from Etibo.
Go ahead. You have 60 seconds.
You see, on this insecurity issue, we are just putting plaster on a cancer instead of treating the symptoms. All these bandits and kidnappers and terrorists terrorizing the northern part of the nation. All the 400 financiers of terrorism in Nigeria that where are these? Who has handled these people? What has happened? How many of them have been arrested? Or how many of them have been neutralized? Or how many of them have been jailed? Every day, people are being killed in the north as if life no longer matters. I live in the north for 18 years. Binance Yola, precisely. One of the most peaceful places to live in Nigeria then, as far back as 1986. The only problem we have in North that time is only Metasine riot. That is just the only problem. But today, kidnapping, cattle roasting, everything, and what are their people doing? Nothing. Where is our commander-in-chief? He's here in China, enjoying himself. Why Nigeria?
No. He's not enjoying himself. He's doing something for you. He's trying to get some part of the bridge completed by the construction company in China. We hear.
Well, who will come to a country that's not secure to invest? If you ask those Chinese people now to go to the north and invest, and their people are kidnapped or killed, won't they pull out of Nigeria? Secure your country first. Let there be ease of doing business before you invest. All right.
I have to let you go. You're done beyond your 1 minute. Thank you very much for calling. Pastor Ladipo is calling us from a really good. Hello.
Maryann.
Yeah.
Good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon. Go ahead. You have 60 seconds.
I know that a time like this will come. And that was why many of us were trying and did all we can to work against it. But eventually, the majority have their say, but the minority have their way. You see, what has Egbetoku done that would deserve him extension of 3 years? That is the first question. The second question is this. Can't we see the insecurity going on to a point where
maybe Egbetoku has, what it takes to fight the insecurity that we're complaining about. That's why his term has been elongated.
All these things you are saying now, we have changed everything about this country. And I want to tell you something. Go and check between 2015, when this particular party came into power. They used the word treason treating so loosely. With anything that you talk now, they say you are against. In the days of Buhari, they call people wailers now. They call people wailers. That they because they lost election, they are wailing. Now, what are they saying? They said these are anybody that speak against anything that is abnormal, that will normalize.
All right.
They see them as
I have to let you go.
As all losers. May God save the nation.
All right. Well, I hope that he still really listens, because I think he's tired and you guys don't want to change your own life. So he's moving on. I really want to believe that God is trying to save the children in Palestine, not us. See why he's calling us from Satellite Town.
Maryann, good afternoon.
Turn off your radio.
Okay, I have.
Go ahead.
It's really unfortunate what's happening in this country, and the fact that they have made us so docile and we have decided to accept it. But for me, I'm not docile. I'm doing my bit within my area to mobilize and sensitize people. We can't continue.
What exactly are you sensitizing them on?
About what's happening in the country.
Oh, sorry. Are they blind? Are they deaf? Do they not know what's happening?
No, but some of them are, for one reason or the other, have decided to stay blind, and they are dragging us down with them.
So isn't that much of a decision than willful ignorance?
Well, it's neither here nor there, but it's just that when you have quite a few of us that are really that understand the situation, are ready to come out and talk, and you have people trying to talk down on you, it's very frustrating, really. It is. Well, the thing is, we are in it together, and time will tell, though. I don't think we have reached the climax, really. No pun intended. But when we get to the climax, everybody will come out and fight.
All right. Well,
thank
you very much, CY, for calling. In case you're just joining us, program is Hard Facts, 99.3 Nigeria Info. We're live from Lagos, Nigeria, and from our very cutesy, very demure audiovisual studios right here in Itimi and Crescent, Victoria Island, Lagos. I don't really know why that thing's become a thing. I know, right? Anyway, my name is Maryann Okon, and we're looking at the big three stories today, plus one, because the IGP of police, it first came out like, I love how they do it. They throw it out there like a rumor, and then they weigh, and they know that you're going to forget it, and then they push it out, and then there's nothing you can do about it. Because when they were testing the waters, you didn't put pressure, you didn't press, you forgot about it. You were arguing about Wike and the governors of the PDP, or why a Shomole should be talking about a woman being. But the bigger issues were right in front of us, and we glossed over it. So, hey, here we are. He's got 3 years, extension of tenure. Maybe he has the recipe. Maybe we're being a bit too in a hurry to judge him. He probably has the recipe to proper policing in Nigeria. He might be the Messiah. We're going on a break. Like us, we'll be right back after these messages.
Join the conversation no matter where you are. Download our mobile app by searching Nigeria Info FM on the Google Play Store and the Apple App Store. Also, get news updates and sports.
You are listening to your number one station for talk.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
Natasha Kimani. I'm a governance and public policy expert and the host of Talk to Me Direct podcast. Talk to Me Direct is produced by Luminate. Luminate is a global foundation working to ensure that everyone, especially those underrepresented, have the information, rights, and power to influence decisions that affect their lives. In this first episode, I speak with Amina Salihu, a feminist and a practitioner in the philanthropy field in Africa.
And so once a country does not prioritize the well-being of its teachers, you're also diminishing the value that you have put on education.
Like and subscribe to Talk to Me Direct wherever you get your podcasts.
My darling, are you ready to go back to school?
Yes, Mommy. I have everything I need. All that's missing is my favorite food to drink, Capri Sun.
Oh, what? No Capri Sun? We have to fix that right away.
Yay! And mommy, every carton of Capri Sun now comes with a wristband ruler for school.
A wristband ruler?
Get a wristband ruler in every carton of Capri Sun as you go back to school. Terms and conditions apply.
Capri Sun, the taste of fun.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
Your number one station for talk. Let's talk.
There's a reason why over 1 million people tune into Hard Facts every day. We discuss in-depth stories with sources behind the facts.
The Lagos State High Court has convicted, suspended the Chicago certificate story. It's never going away, is it? Show with stories for the day.
You hear diverse voices and opinions.
And she was meeting campaign with her husband, knowing that.
You should not be happy because there is nothing to happy about. Yeah, it's quite pathetic the way the country is going.
We distinguish each story accurately with analysis.
It's Hard Facts with Maryann Okon on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Yes, it is Hard Facts, 99.3 Nigeria Info. Here we deal with only facts, no hearsays, only going by the book. Sometimes we even throw it at you. My name is Maryann Okon. Welcome to the Big Three Stories plus one. And then, of course, the plus one is that your Inspector General of Police has gotten a 3-year tenure elongation. What else is new? All right, military evacuates 34 corpses from the scene of Yobe attack, and I'm consistently sounding like a broken record and asking, how serious are we about this issue of insecurity? Will we ever deliberately fight insecurity and get it right, or will we continuously pay lip service to it, especially with the fact that now the number of people that die are just now numbers to us and not human beings? Also, Dangote has said that his refinery and the production that it's going to put out will ease Nigeria's fuel crisis. Well, I did tell you and promised you that I was going to give you a little clip from Dangote when he granted a press conference earlier today. Here you go. Take a listen. Tell me what you pick from it and how ready you are to shoulder more expenses while your purchasing power continues to diminish.
Yes, I stand with you today. I would like to salute the people of Nigeria and the government of President Ahmed Bola Tinubu for creating the environment for us to thrive and also achieve this monumental task of giving energy to our people for growth, development, and prosperity. I think this has been really a very, very great, move. And I think I want to personally also thank Mr. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for creating this idea of Naira for crude and also Naira for the product. Doing that, it will give a lot of stability for the Naira, where now you remove 40% of the demand of dollars in the market, and that will actually stabilize the market. But that's not it. As you know, there's quite a lot of what you call round tripping, where people now do documentation and the fuel does not come into Nigeria, and this is a fact. So right now, as we have this refinery working, it will show the true consumption of Nigeria. We can track every single loaded trucks, and we will try as much as possible to track the loaded ships. Trucks, we can tell you where they are. Just like now, in some of the products that we do, we can tell you exactly the consumption pattern and co. But that is a discussion for another day. Today's discussion is just to celebrate and to thank God Almighty for bringing us to this stage of now producing gasoline. And I know that a lot of people have not actually believed that we'll be able to deliver, but we've been able to deliver. I must really thank, most especially, Mr. DVG Edwin, who is the Vice President, Oil and Gas, for having sleepless nights for no vacation. In the last 7 years, he's been to vacation only once. And, thank our Vice President also, Mr. Kulle Alake, for making sure that everything was perfect. The finances are also in order to be able to meet up with this challenge. And, on the commercial side, Fatima, I must thank you also for doing a great job. Congratulations. But most especially, what I keep saying is that we must thank the president and also the government for making this possible. Without their support, there's no way we'll be where we are. So we thank them, and I hope this refinery will.
Aliko Dangote there speaking, mostly excited and grateful that, his baby, his dream has come to fruition against all odds. But is this a signal to the end of our problems, or is this just the beginning of our problems? Join the conversation, ladies. Call 0201 465 7190. Only the ladies. The gentlemen, call 0201 277 0993. How ready are you to pay more for petrol? Or because, petrol is not just for cars. The businesses that have shut down because they have no access to petrol. The barbers, the restaurants, the shops that need to power their refrigerators so they can sell their soft drinks. And, the list is endless. I really feel sorry for the guys who run the cold rooms where you have to refrigerate meat and everything else that needs to be stored in a very cold place. We barely have power. And they're increasing the tariff every other day right under our noses. And don't forget, cooking gas. That's also on the side. It's coming. It's going to play up in a bit. They throw it out there, see how you react, and then boom, it comes. How ready are you? Because your purchasing power is reducing, but the cost of living continuously goes high. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Pina for real.
Hey, Ziggy Ziggy.
Nabio, how you side now? Have you a while?
I day, Wagwan.
Coming through to talk to you these days, the traffic is so hard. I get the gist for you.
Mm-hmm.
I get gist. Don't say, you talk about rice. Do you know that I visit my rice vendor? I can't discover, say, all their rice now, only 25 kg, then they say. I say, oh boy, what will happen now? He said people can no longer buy full bag. So now they are helping people to reduce it. You can imagine, those who kick against 140 are now buying fuel at the rate of 1,000 after 8 hours on the queue. And they want me to start celebrating Dangote that he has started refining fuel and the rest of other things. Have bag of cement come down in Nigeria where...
Okay, have you eaten? You are going to buy cement. What was this? You're a rich man. No? You're a rich man. Who's thinking about buying cement when you haven't bought food? I'm talking about rice. You're talking about cement. That's for rich people.
I am trying to make a reference to something to you. I cannot be jubilating for Dangote Refinery because the cement sector where he monopolized is not cheap. So what makes you think that his fuel will be cheap?
Okay.
Until we get it right, by doing our own refinery,
okay,
the Port Harcourt, the Calabar, and the Warri refinery. Until then, that is only when I will jubilate.
Okay.
But anything aside from that, everybody is doing his own business.
All right.
I'm doing my own business.
All right, Ziggy, thank you very much for calling. All right, I appreciate it. Let's try to keep it very short and straight to the point. Emeka is calling us from Satellite Town.
Maryann Okon.
Yes. Yeah, the only one that calls my government's name like you're paying my salary. Excuse you?
Because you have refused to speak that sexy language for me.
Show me the money, sir. Show me the money.
Not until you do.
That's not how business is done. Go ahead, please.
On this issue of insecurity, my heart goes out to those victims at Yobe who have reduced the numbers, like many others that have gone that way. Now, I also want to give kudos to our gallant men in uniform who are doing their best to stem the tide. However, my question is, how serious are we? Because the sponsors of these desperately acts from northeast to northwest now to Plateau and the north central and the rest of those places, nobody has been arrested. And how much are we investing to intelligence gathering? Because all we talk about is kinetics. What about the non-kinetics? What about the infusion of technology? Drones and the rest of them. To be able to preempt the move of these people and be able to attack and nip it in the bud. So I think it's high time we place high premium on the life of Nigerians because
who's we? I mean, but the last time I checked, you were not the Secretary of Defense or the Minister of State for Defense. So who's we? Who are you talking about? Because I'm just a journalist.
Let me refer to those in authority.
Perfect.
They need to do a lot better. It goes beyond kinetics, ordering the military chiefs to relocate. Okay. That's not enough. But there is a lot more we could do to stem the tide and be able to preempt these people and nip it in the bud. That's what we should be looking at this point.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for calling, Emeka. Well, we're still taking your thoughts and comments. I want to jump quickly to social media. I'm going to come back. We're live, facebook.com/Nigeria Info FM. Post your comments on our live feed. I want to hear from you. And we're on Skype. For those who are listening from outside of the country, what's your take? I know you're not buying fuel at the rate that we're buying, but you obviously know that the more the purchasing power for your brothers and sisters, your parents, your friends, continue to diminish, the more they will be calling you and begging for money. Where do we go from here? Anyway, we're live on our YouTube. Please post your comments. I'd love to hear from you. On WhatsApp, it's 0809597585. I'll take it slowly. 0809597585. So just send me a message. Do not call that number. Let me go first to Facebook. And read some of the comments that are coming there, and then I'll go to WhatsApp, and then of course on X, where Nigeria Info FM posts with the hashtag hard facts. All right, Joseph Jesus here says, I almost said Jesus. Congratulations to Mr. Dangote on the commencement of his refinery. We pray it will not be monopolized. Jeremiah Adeyemi says, Dangote has not started selling now. Please calm down. Daya Dada here says, can we see the zeal and determination of Israel armies and the Nigerian army? What we're doing here is eye service and hypocrisy for this government. That is why Boko Haram bandits is the order of the day. Our security has turned ceremonial instead of clearing the terrorist government. Clearing the terrorists, because this government won't do anything because of 2027. What do you mean by they won't do anything because of 2027? I'm not understanding. Well, he says these are low-grade minds, visionless, lack of capacity, eye service, propagandists, hypocrites, taskmasters that have nothing to offer. It's a shame that the worst of us is ruling the best of us. Ajani Adebayo says Dangote should make fuel affordable for common Nigerian to reduce the hardship in Nigeria. Did you vote him as your president? Yes. Did you vote him? Is he your Minister of Petroleum? Oh, please. Let's go to WhatsApp here. On WhatsApp, someone says, I want to find out whether increment in pump price by NNPC station is a way to sell a template for Dangote to follow so that Dangote will not fix price that's lower than the NNPC. Mickey from Ikorodu, if you ask me, I don't know who I'm going to ask. Someone here says, oh my God, Stephen Ijaniki, your message is so long. What am I supposed to do with this, please? He says the real deal about oil palaver is getting clearer. They're now tired of blaming and making excuses for the monumental failure in governance. The failure in the petroleum management is competing with that of insecurity and economic hardship. It's now stories of treason here, treason there, with increased suffering and pains and people dying like flies. Yet nothing is done about this except the show off and propaganda. I'm going to leave it there. Christopher here says, Maryann, good afternoon. Please be coming down to call your radio number. Why are you calling it as if if you like, don't listen, be there. Someone here says on the insecurity in the country, until we flush out financiers of these bandits, it will be difficult to wipe them out. Joseph from Lagos. Thank you, Joseph. Good afternoon. The extension of IG of police, I'm sure you mean his tenure, is a just calculation of about 2027. Oh, everything's about 2027, right? Because everybody's saying everything is now tied to 2027. That's what you all are saying. He says, Shabby INEC chairman is also untouchable. We're watching. Oshodio Lawrence from Ajao Estate. Okay. Uche from Songo says, no matter what anybody says, I will still vote this president again come next election. Okay, good luck to you, man. I don't think anyone's telling you what not to do, yeah? But make sure you buy fuel, and buy rice. I can come to your house and collect some. I need it. Someone here says, this is Mustafa Abubakar from Yanashashi. He says, insecurity challenges that we're facing are caused by our nefarious but political rulers handling their duties hypocritically. To ameliorate this, we must deal with with all corrupt, I'm sure you meant corrupt leaders, the way Europeans and nations deal with them. Okay. Someone says, good afternoon, Maryann, from Emmanuel from Agbara. Why are you asking a caller to divulge his plan out on the radio, or what he will do if oh my God, what did you write? Plan to do for this country to escape the bondage of these evil people is not fair. Are you a government agent? I still don't understand what you meant. Okay, please, I don't have energy. This one says, is Dangote Refinery the solution to Nigeria's fuel scarcity? Thank you, Larry. Larry, what's happening in Shipoldo? Ms. Oboli says, don't forget female line. No? Ms. Oboli, you have not been calling since. You not called. When we are now taking messages, you want to come and be stressing us. Please, don't stress us. Jaja says, Boko Haram terrorists and kidnappers can't be arrested by government and tried for treason, but it's easy for government to track and arrest hunger protesters and try them for treason. I have that video. We're having Omoyele Sowore on the 5 o'clock hour. Let's talk about the fact that maybe the hunger protest idea was lost in translation, maybe, and then overtaken by this issue of someone wants to unseat Mr. President, or there are people who had plans to make the country burn. And that's why a few young protesters are on trial. I'll play that video on the 5 o'clock hour. And then, of course, Sowore will be here to tell us maybe he's one of those who are trying to unseat Mr. President. Who knows? KCC from Ajo here says, God bless the person who said everyone has a price. Dangote has gotten what he wants and his song has changed. He's no longer crying in the wilderness. They are all the same in the same party and the masses are in a different party. KCC, thank you for your message. I'm going to go quickly back to the phone lines. I've got about 15 minutes and then I'll come back to social media. On YouTube Live, Ojo Akin here says, thank you. Dangote should not follow them. Oh, please, he should see human face. Very funny. Zoboli here says, all I want to say is that they don't really care about us. I had to sing it. She says, the average Nigerian is an endangered species, dejected, defenseless, helpless, and victimized. Yet, I adjure the federal government not to take its citizens for granted. Else what? If you're watching us live on YouTube or on Facebook, post your comments. We'd like to hear from you. If you're listening to us from outside of the country on our website or on our mobile application, call us via Skype. We're Nigeria Info FM. Hello, ladies. Ladies line. Ladies, now that I have your time. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Hello, Maryann.
Hi, good afternoon. Please turn off your radio.
I thought you pick my call.
I will always pick your call. Come on.
Maryann. Oh yeah. Dangote again. To come and start holding Nigerians to ransom again.
Did you people vote for Dangote? Yeah. What's the problem? He's a businessman.
So, Maryann, all this drama, all this while crying, fighting. We have now arrived.
He wasn't fighting for you. The last time I checked, he was fighting for his business, not you.
So, why didn't they come out straight and tell us that they have sold NNPCL to Dangote to be supplying fuel?
At what point did they tell you that they sold NNPCL to Dangote, please?
All of us, we are all in for it. And again, Egbetoku, what has he done? Remarkable thing he has done that they are elongating his reign again. This country cannot cease making people laugh. Maryann, in fact, Nigerians are in for big trouble, mostly at this Tinubu era. When I go here, thank you.
It is well, I don't want to hear me. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Hello.
Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Chinenwa.
Chinenwa, baby.
How about it now?
Good. Are you ready to buy fuel at 1,000, rice at 100,000 plus, and then of course transportation, maybe double?
All of us, we are on a long queue. Yeah.
Oh, Chinenwa, please call me back, huh? Apologies for that disconnection. Hello.
Big female, you drop my call, she.
What's wrong with this one? Miss Palliative. Don't try me this afternoon. Go ahead.
Let me tell you, say you find out you dey blush.
Is it easy to be pretty? Eh? Oh.
I said else, Maryann. The gentility of a lion is not stupidity or cowardice. Let the FG do what they feel like doing, but they will have their say. When the time comes, we will have our way. When is the time? That time will not be announced, but it will certainly come. Egbetokun, we know now, because if I talk now, you say, Ms. Oboli is saying, we know as they go. He who pays the piper, they takes the tune. I'll be speaking so much in parables this afternoon. Take me as you see me, Maryann.
Okay, all right.
On Dangote, anybody that thinks Dangote is our messiah, well, at your own peril, I'm not a messenger of doom. I'm not a pessimist, but we'll all open our eyes widely and see everything play out. I was at the market yesterday, Maryann. You need to see, thank God you even said half bag of rice. Maryann, people could not buy Gary. Maryann. People could not buy Gary, talk with rice care. Rice na luxury now. Yam, no, na brother yam. So everything keeps skyrocketing per second billing. And now you want to add more to fuel again. No problem now. But all I would just say is this.
Okay.
Sit down look where would they sit down look no mean say we they crazy or we they stupid.
All right.
Every dog has its day.
Thank you, Mrs. Oboli, for calling. Robert is calling us from our papa. Hello, Robert.
Good afternoon, Maryann.
How you doing?
I'm fine.
Great.
I miss you, Maryann.
You miss me. Where did you look for me?
You always give us correct information now.
Go ahead, please.
Maryann, what I'm going to say, it's not a cause, but the RRT is there clear on the world. This country, Nigeria, I don't think it's going to be better under APC. I'm telling you. Because they have tried all their means. We were expecting more than this under Buhari now. And the man ended up in, throwing Nigeria into more pain than how he meant it. And Tinubu took over. So the thing is getting from bad to worse. Even we are in the worstest position of our life as we speak now. So if Nigerians are expecting,
so are you prepared for what's worse than worse?
My sister, you just said something now. You said you.
It's a yes or no question. Are you prepared for what's worse than worse?
I'm prepared. I'm telling you.
So you're ready to go. So you're ready to go through the motions.
I'm not.
Why are you calling to complain now? If you are okay with it.
No, Maryann. You see, people are expecting that Tinubu will do something good. I don't think this man is ready to do anything good.
Okay.
He's a businessman. You understand?
Okay. All right.
You know what they are doing. Thank you.
Thank you, Robert, for calling. Koboko is calling us from Lagos. Please don't shout. Thank you.
Maryann.
Yes.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My heart goes
no
out
shout.
for
No shouting.
Nigeria. My heart goes out for Nigerian soldiers that are fighting terrorism. My heart goes out, and I pray for them. Concerning the Dangote fuel, nothing to clap. This is a technical and tactical way to peg the fuel 1,000 naira. That's why they were doing wobbling and fumbling since May about Dangote Refinery. So that is why they want to use technical to suppress us from protesting, so that they will arrest us, so that we don't go talk, so that they will peg the fuel 1,000. That is the technique. So as Tinubu is sending services to Brony, let him also remember to come and wait there for Southeast. And so that he send them. Because Buhari sent a police chief in 2019 in Benue. He did not go. He did not ask Buhari. But he said, I did not know, so the man no go. So sending them is a charade. And they play, which we are at in stage and national theater. It's a nonsense to me.
Okay.
Let them get back to come and go there.
All right.
They're telling me that I'm shouting.
Yes, you are shouting. You are shouting. You are shouting, and please do not. Okay. Thank you very much for calling. I do appreciate it. Someone here on Twitter says, Maryann, please. Northview says, good afternoon. Is it possible to just come and play songs? I mean, soul-soothing jams during Hard Facts. Mbok, we don't need the Book of Lamentations after this renewed shaggy. Welcome to Hard Facts.
Hi, Maryann.
Hey, Dede.
Good afternoon.
How are you?
I'm okay.
Go
How
ahead.
are you doing?
I'm great.
Good. I want to talk on this Yobe terrorist. You know, until we have a president who will sit up and say enough is enough for these guys. Otherwise, we'll be having all these their menace. You know, we need a president who will get rid of them, whatever it takes. Get rid of them out of society. They are in our soil. They are not on sky. Even if they are on sky, we'll get them and wipe them out of our society. You know, they are increasing day by day. And daily increase. And they are romancing and baptizing them.
Okay.
Repentance, Boko Haram. What is the meaning of that? Repentance, Boko Haram.
Okay.
Get rid of them before they get rid of this society.
All right.
Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you for calling, Raparuchiku. I kept this for last because I wanted to play it in the last 5 minutes, but I think I want to get your thoughts on it. I obtained a video of the Binance executive that has been remanded in custody for months and months and months. Now, the video that surfaced was with him in crutches and unable to walk. And he cried out saying that they've told the prison officials not to even help him. He could barely walk. But that's not even it. The bigger question is, you know, for several other people that we've had issues with or we've had to remand in custody, their countries would come in. This guy has been here, radio silence from his country. The only person that's continuously cried out is his wife, saying that he was roped in. He's, that they're trying to, she just kept saying her husband was innocent. And of course, in our normal, usual manner, we've forgotten about the Binance issue. It's gone with the wind. Now we're talking about 1,000 naira fuel. Do you see how Nigeria is? But before I play that video, I want to ask you guys. You have members representing you on the floor of the National Assembly in the green and the red chambers. You've got an interesting Senate president who represents people in Akwa Ibom State. I wonder what those people in Akwa Ibom would be saying right now, because they're buying fuel higher, Cross River Akwa Ibom, higher than every other place. And when you keep saying, we're not going to take it, you're not going to take it, why are the people that are representing you from the houses of assemblies in the states up to the House of Representatives, they're driving in their nice cars and getting fuel from their fuel dumps, and you're in the sun, in the rain, queuing up to buy fuel that you can barely afford, and you're trying to get by. And what did Akpabio say again? Yeah. So are you really ready to get out of this situation or not? Anyway, here's that video of the Binance executive in court. Just if you are watching on YouTube and on Facebook, you'd be able to get a clearer picture. Let's talk about it briefly before we wrap things up here. Yeah?
This is he was told not to help me. He said there's instruction to your government. This is fucked up. Why can't I use the goddamn wheelchair? This is a show. I'm a fucking innocent person and you're doing this to me. I can't fucking walk. My spine is this is fucked up. I'm a fucking you. Let's go. Don't over this. You can walk. Manage yourself. Hello. See, please. Baba, see. I'm not fucking okay. I'm not fucking you.
Who is it? Who in be now? Let people do their work now. Let's do our job. Let's do our job. Who is it?
So that's a video of the Binance executive. Apparently, he says his spine has gone bad because of his obviously continuously being in custody. And the official that's next to him kept saying, manage yourself, you can walk, you manage yourself. And he's saying, you've been told not to help me. And he says, this is messed up. My spine is bad. And I'm really wondering, what's really going on with that story? Shall we dig a bit further? I might come back to you with something on it, but I have to do some background check, eh? So I'm looking at messages on YouTube. Njoku here says, what I'm eagerly expecting is NLC's reaction to the new wave of increments. Emekeke here is saying, please, Maryann, don't forget, vegetable oil is 52,000 naira for 25 litre. Now that the price of fuel is higher, are we going to get it without standing on lines for days? And she says, egg is 6,000. Is it really about, because, you know, we've gotten these promises over and over again that, oh, you know, subsidy, when subsidy goes, we're not going to have these lines, these queues anymore. Less than a year into it, we've had three fuel scarcities. 3 that I can remember off the top of my head. And here we are again. They've increased the price. And then they might sell you that story again. Now, don't worry, no more queues. Because Dangote has promised also that he's going to put an end to the fuel crisis. Did we vote you, sir? On what premise are you making this lofty promise? But here we are, Nigerians. On WhatsApp, Larry here says, Maryann, apart from the fact that the NNPCL have their own shortcomings, you know Dangote had a meeting with the former yesterday. I believe the fallout of the meeting is what gave birth to the fuel price adjustment. I tell you, Dangote price will not be better either, whereas it will be very expensive. Larry, I don't know. This one says, Nigerians are bad people. No matter what this government does for betterment of masses, asunder putters will always negate it. Babatunde, do you live in Mars? Or are you just a joker? Patu for Kotsun here says, please confirm if this is true. The chairman of the... Okay, I'm going to have to read that later, okay? Patty, but that doesn't concern the big 3. This one says, please do not... What's your name? Because I'm going to block you. Don't come on this show or on this platform to call people names or call people monkeys. Have you looked at yourself in the mirror? Whatever your name is, don't do that here. Imam from Agbara, don't do that. Someone here says, you have finally tamed Koboko. Yeah, Damien, Koboko is my friend. He will do the right thing. I'm almost, time is up. I've got to go on a break. And on the other side of the clock, we're going to be talking on Community Report about policemen allegedly at gunpoint robbing a man of his monies from his ATM. It's a story on the newspaper. Let's talk about that on Community Report. It's still 99.3 Nigeria Info, and this is Hard Facts. My name is Maryann Okon.
Millions of listeners trust us on Hard Fact. Whether it's politics, social issues, controversies, and trending stories. You know we're credible and objective.
Live from the heart of 99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.